My name is Who. Terrace Who. You might think it's a strange name, but apparently, when I was a baby, I was found on a terrace, and the ones who found me weren't very creative. No one knows who my parents are, so I didn't have a last name. Whenever I introduced myself, though, people would ask, Terrace? Terrace who? So, who kind of stuck. It's the year 2048, and the earth has become hell. You think I'm joking until you turn on your only radio and the news blares that the water ration is cut in half for the third time this year. Most of the rivers that haven't dried out are laced with trash, pesticides, and fertilizer. The groundwater that isn't rank with chemical toxins are fed to the field's agricultural tyrants. No one goes to the beach anymore. Once you wade into the seawater, dead fish hit your legs and you don't get the smell of oil off your body for hours. Stealing water or food became a felony 10 years ago. The penalty, inevitably, is death. Naturally, my job is to steal food and water. Right after the 5 great laws passed, people realized the government was going to steal everything. They started burying their stocked up food and water. The new craze was to thwart the police that came to confiscate the spare food, and stockpiles were hidden everywhere. And then the great antibiotic plague came. Superbacteria became unstoppable, and 2/3 of the world population was wiped out before scientists could keep up. 10 years later, most of the stockpiles were found, devoured, but not every single one. My job is to find these remnants from the past. When I first started, I used to give them to the charities before I discovered they were stockpiling instead of distributing it to the dying millions. Now, I sell them to the highest bidder. For the past 3 years, the highest bidder, unfortunately, has been the government.
Hey, you shouldn't be here. Official government business, don't interfere.
Oh, I know what you're here for, and I'm not interfering. I'm just saying, for your own sake, you shouldn't be here.
What the hell are you saying?
Beyond this gate, there was a mass grave. These locals here, they tell me there are spirits there.
That's ridiculous.
Maybe something in the air. Proceed if you like.
I didn't care a whit about that old man. A lot of old people were going senile these days, mostly because they absorbed radiation from that nuclear energy breakdown decades ago. All the plants were taken apart, and it was months before they were able to build underground storage to safely dispose of their uranium. Meanwhile, the radiation addled their brains. This is the last grid that I'm searching before I get the hell out of this city. It's sucked dry. It wasn't always this way. 10 years ago, I had a friend. We only knew each other for a year, but I did everything with her.
Did we lose her?
Yeah, I think so.
How much did we get?
2 bottles.
Is that enough for everybody?
No, everyone's still gonna be thirsty. We can't do anything. That's the thing. The corporations run us to everything. There's nothing left for little grunts like us.
God, I hate them. Their industry is just catering towards the elite.
You know, I used to live by the ocean. Just decades ago, more than half the world's population lived along the coast. More than half.
That's crazy, Cutler.
No, seriously. Back then there were coral reefs. There were enough fish for overfishing. There were even fish in the rivers. Back then, there were laws protecting rivers against the industries along its banks. But even back then, the water was still too dirty to drink from. I wonder if water will ever run through those banks again.
Stop reminiscing, daydreaming. We don't got time for that.
You always say that, but what can we do other than dream?
Look for food, steal what we can, run away from corporation. Keep your mind in the moment. Stop daydreaming about the impossible.
Shut up, Terrace.
What?
No, seriously, shut up. I think I heard someone.
Oh, let's go.
One bottle? After 3 days, just one bottle of water.
That's all that's left. If you want more, go suck it out of the dirt.
Watch your tone, you're talking to a government official.
Yeah? And what has the government done that's so great? Steal from the people?
I know your type. You're a rogue, a bandit that steals from other people's livelihoods for money. But you still think you are holier than the corporations? Living off the land, some crap like that? Let me tell you, you are as dirty as the higher ups are. We're all stealing from the same people, so don't give me that kind of tone.
I'm not taking a tone, but you're taking my water, so pay up.
Fine.
Officers these days are real pleasant guys, you can tell. The amount he gave me for clean water was barely enough to last another day. I had money. I actually had plenty of money. Was sitting there, hungry as hell, my stupid jar of money in hand, I realized I didn't actually have anything. Maybe these pieces of paper had value before, but in a dying city, I couldn't use them. I can't eat money or drink money, and I'm not even sure I could bargain with money anymore. In my greed, I had left nothing for myself. I'm hungry.
I know.
Oh,
Are you serious?
it's my shoelace, okay? Just go on.
Where am I? Who are you? What is?
Relax, you're totally safe now.
Where is this?
Said don't worry about it. This is corporate headquarters. There's no use trying to run. And why would you run? We have everything you could possibly need.
What do you want?
What I'm saying is we want to hire you. In this day and age, oil is too expensive, so our cars are basically useless. We would keep horses, but they're too conspicuous. What we need are low profile, fast ways of getting supplies from place to place. So we're hiring runners.
You want me? Why?
Because we've been watching you. You run fast, you have no connections, and we could give you everything you need.
Well, I refuse.
Do you really though? Take a look at this. Everyone gives in the end.
I couldn't help it. I looked it over. Inside was everything I ever wanted. In exchange for a reasonable amount of deliveries every day, my comfort was guaranteed. I barely thought of my friends, and after a day of thought, I finally agreed. At first, it was great. I ran deliveries back and forth, and I could eat and drink all I wanted. Sometimes I even got luxuries like tea. One day, they gave me something top secret, my only job for the day. Apparently, it was a map painstakingly put together of all the remaining supplies in the city. I was warned that the government was after this map, that I was being followed at the delivery point. I didn't really care. I might have been living a good life now, but this was ridiculous. A lawn takes 2 inches of water a week to sustain. Anyone I know in any circles plant poppies or other drought-resistant plants.
Terrace, is that you? I haven't seen you
Shh! I know this is bad, but
Are those
Just
new
gotta-
clothes? Are you even working for the corporation? You told me you hated them.
Shh.
What the?
you gotta be quiet. I'm not kidding.
No, I hate you. What the?
Hey, where are the folders?
I don't know.
10 years later, I'm here. Not better or worse than before, in a limbo. Day after day, I wake up with nothing in my stomach except stale tap water, and I sell everything out. My old friends, my resources, myself. Just like everyone else in this godforsaken city. Sometimes, I wonder what life would have been like if I hadn't given in. If I had kept daydreaming about a better future and worked towards it instead of living with that attitude of wasting everything in the now. Would I be more alive? Feel more alive? But everyone gives in the end. The indulgence of the present always trumps the sanctity of the future. This is the future, and nothing is left.